Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Son Day One, and today, um, well, it's been a long time by the way. Uh, Another thing is that I just thought out that I can't upload daily. It's already becoming too hectic for me. I know I've got a lot of videos for you all to enjoy. The previous videos days, and I actually want comments and interactions because that helps me know if my video is getting better, or I think it actually helps me know about the stats of how well I am performing, etc. So it will really help if you just comment right there. Anyways, today I'll be speaking about Dragon Ball Super villains. You probably expected already. Right, let's move on. First of all, here it comes, Beerus. You all obviously know, Muhammad Fatih. Okay, thanks a lot. Beerus. So, if we talk about Beerus, you all probably know pretty well who Beerus really is. He's a destruction god of Universe 7. And you know, he's pretty powerful. And yes, he obviously appeared for the first 13 episodes and also appears consistently. And also, battling as Goku and Vegeta. Well, technically though, Vegeta feared him. And not only just Vegeta, even someone like Frieza feared him. So yeah, he's literally on that level. I mean, someone like Frieza fearing him, so you can obviously understand the level Beerus really is in. Definitely he isn't that technical villain later on. He's almost sort of a grey character, you can say. Um, but yeah, the first part, he's definitely the one who just wants respect, that's all. If you don't give him respect, well, he's just gonna take you down. He's gonna give you God's wrath if you don't give him respect. So I would say he's not really a villain, he just needs respect. If you respect him, I don't think he would be rude to you if you just give him pretty good food. So yeah, you just have to sort of manipulate his mind, that's it. He's not really that much of a villain. But yeah, he's definitely pretty dangerous. If he wants, he can definitely destroy a planet if he doesn't like a single... If he's somehow not happy, I guess. He can destroy a planet. I mean, he just destroys planet whenever he likes. That's a sort of creature he is, or god. I can't say creature. He's literally a god. He's actually gonna destroy Earth if we say bad comments about it, so better not say anything. And let me just say, even Frieza fears him. So you can probably understand the level this god Beerus is in. He can defeat every Dragon Ball Z villains pretty easily. Because yeah, even Majin Buu, obviously that Majin Buu was different, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy for him to defeat all the Dragon Ball Z villains, so you can pretty well understand how strong he really is. So anyways, let's move on to the next villain. And let me just say, even now, we cannot really say if Goku is able to beat Beerus or not. We cannot really confirm if Goku is stronger than Beerus even right now, even after everything happening in Super. So yeah, that's sort of an unquestioned answer. Beerus may even be hiding more powers, I guess. So yeah, he definitely is one of the strongest. Quite obviously, even though there could be, I don't think there could be stronger villains. Yeah, there definitely is. Almost stronger or almost over his level. There were pretty less villains, but yes, nothing could still be said against in another Goku versus Beerus fight. We don't really know for sure who would win. So let's move to explain them. Now comes another one. Okay, the Pyro Sisu. Thanks a lot. This is Hit. Obviously, I'm using a wallpaper here. So you all obviously know Hit, I guess. I don't really have to explain, right? He is just an assassin in the tournament, and yes, technically he was the winner, I guess, or maybe not. Yeah, he actually sort of managed to beat Goku. You definitely know how strong he really is. He's an assassin, and his technique, it really is pretty unique on its own right. Like his lag attack. I mean, he's just got that attack which is based on time purely, like the time lag attack, and that attack and his assassination skills all makes him pretty interesting. Also increasing the time limit skill. I mean, time is his power, and he uses that power. He increases or technically decreases the time to how many hits, etc. And Goku also manages to come almost close to his level in the fight, and yes, it's a pretty close fight, and Goku loses. And so you pretty much know how good he really is, but definitely he isn't better than Beerus. Beerus is still stronger even compared to Cell, but Cell is definitely not the one to laugh at, because yeah, he's definitely on his own level. He actually managed to beat Goku, which actually also counts as as something at least. And yes, the bell was pretty close. Goku could have also beaten Cell altogether. And there were other, like there was one Frieza copy. I think its name was something like Frost, I guess. I don't remember. Frost, probably. That was obviously pretty interesting. He just told like he's just this guy, but he actually appeared out to be actual criminal who was just manipulating everything. Like you can pretty much know how manipulative Frieza's alternate self could really be. But definitely Frieza is stronger than the fake Frieza. So anyways, but Cell, he sort of reminds me of Cell, let me just say. If I sometimes look at Hit, it reminds me of Cell. And just look at the head, he probably resembles Cell's complete form. And he's just a Cell who just has control over time. And an assassin. It's just pretty much he's also later on is not really a bad guy. He actually fights for his planet. He has got the loyalty towards his planet, actually not planet, it's called universe in this case. Yeah, because they are all from different universe. And he has got respect for his universe, which also gives him respect. They are all not really villains, let me just say. I mean, they are all pretty great characters, all in Dragon Ball Super, so it's obviously weird for me to call them villains, but yes, technically they're considered villains in some arc, for that reason I'm calling them villains. Alright, now, let's move on to the next one then. So, here comes Golden Frieza. Alright, the one I would have talked about later. Alright then. So, this is Golden Frieza. Obviously, we already know how strong Frieza was, and this is just Frieza on a different level. Okay, definitely with this upgrade, Frieza is pretty strong enough to defeat Goku. At least the normal Goku, or the Super Saiyajin Goku, or Super Saiyajin 3 Goku, but not the Ultra Instinct, or Ultra the God Form Goku. I mean, yeah, that's the only problem. It can't defeat the God Form of Goku, which is the only flaw Golden Frieza has. Golden Frieza is upgraded and strong. It can obviously be Cell definitely, because I probably told you that he's definitely he definitely can't beat Cell, but in this form he can actually beat Cell, and he can also beat someone like he may even be able to challenge Majin Buu. Yeah, he may be able to, yeah, most obviously he's got that power, but unfortunately he still doesn't have the power to surpass Beerus. Beerus is still stronger than Frieza no matter what. I mean, you just know Frieza, obviously, we can obviously see the reaction of Frieza. He never really battled against Beerus, even though he had that golden Frieza form. He could have easily taken down, I mean, he could have easily challenged Beerus, but he didn't really go into that. He really feared Frieza, I mean, he really feared Beerus, even after that, which probably shows Beerus is still powerful compared to Golden Frieza. But yes, he's definitely the one who was able to at least give an extra level of challenge to Goku. But unfortunately though, I don't think the upgrade was strong enough to be powerful than Beerus. But yes, quite obviously though, he is definitely far stronger and upgraded. Comparatively, he can actually beat every Dragon Ball Z villains quite easily. And yes, Super has got that God level power. And I mean, if you wanna see Super, you can see all of them. No one would survive if you won't have God level power, you are not surviving Super. That's the logic of Super. And Golden Frieza does quite well to survive that universe, probably. And also a pretty challenging villain. And yes, Frieza was also a lot of help in that last tournament. He was a lot of help. Yeah, even though, but he definitely didn't betray, or because you know, he would never betray, he would never betray the, not Earth, but rather the universe. because he just wants to be the ruler of the universe. So obviously he would never betray the universe. That's a pretty clear logic. But though he wants to give up on his goals, which was clearly mentioned in the final part of the Dragon Ball Super. So well, that obviously shows Golden Frieza is Frieza with more will of vengeance. He never changes, he's the same, except he's grown stronger. And you probably know how strong he really is. Alright, now let's move on to the next villain. And here it is, Zamasu. Samus Spinetta, thanks a lot for posting this. And you all know how bad Zamasu really is, though his concept of peace was entirely different. He just thought humans as he just misunderstood humans. That's the main fact. And for that reason, he just okay. This is the best picture I can get. Whoever it is, Jinku. This is the best picture for representing that arc villains, Goku Black and Zamasu. Obviously, they are the same things. Obviously, it's a bit complicated. The logic is a bit complicated. The fact is, Zamasu in another universe took over Goku's body. That's why he became Goku Black. And another Zamasu is probably from the past. So what they did was definitely there are two Zamasus, past and future, whatever the hell it is, and they just go on to become the gods of the universe. So they just literally claim themselves to be the god, and then they said they were far dangerous. They actually managed to claim the power, and they actually had a chance to stand against someone like Beerus. Though Zamasu was a Kaioshin, and Kaioshin definitely doesn't have the power to stand against Destructor God. So they actually managed to do that stuff with some manipulation and probably the Dragon Ball. Yes, with the help of the Dragon Ball, I mean the Universe Dragon Ball, probably what is it called, I don't know. So with the help of that large Dragon Balls, the planet-sized Dragon Ball, which they sort of managed to get control of the entire universe, and they're literally the rulers of the entire universe with no Kaioshin able to interfere in their matters. So they're on a totally different level, and yes, they are the rulers, they are the law, which makes them pretty terribly dangerous. I mean, they're the only rulers, there is no one else. There is no Kaioshin, no Destructor God. I mean, you have got nothing to do in their presence. You are under the judgment of gods, and that's what the case really is. Goku Black and Zamasu. Obviously, the fact is Zamasu himself. So, yeah, they are pretty invincibly. I mean, see, he took over Goku's body, which was already freaked up, and they just know how strong he is and his constantly evolving body. And you can obviously understand how strong he had really grown with all that Kaioshin power added to it. So yeah, that's the level of strength Goku Black possesses, and Zamasu itself is strong, and he just also managed to do the fusion, I mean this one, and just sort of grown strong. And yeah, fusion makes you pretty powerful in Dragon Ball, and he was, let me just say, one of the strongest villains, and he could have easily become the final antagonist of the series. I mean, if the director would have wanted, they could have made Zamasu the final villain of Dragon Ball Super. I mean, that would have made a lot of sense, because yeah, it was literally the end of the universe stuff, and I think they could have sort of made that happen, because yeah, it would have really been pretty epic, and Future Trunks again was involved in this case. Obviously there are facts about Trunks and Mai, but I'm not really jumping into those facts. I'm jumping on the main villain part. And pretty much you can imagine how would it feel, and it was thanks to the strongest in the universe, who was called, obviously there is only one thing in the universe that one cannot kill, and that is Zeno. And yes, with the help of Zeno, calling the Zeno, they managed to erase the entire universe. Until and unless the entire universe was erased, they couldn't erase them. I mean, even Beerus didn't have the ability to erase them. They were pretty strong, and they had become pretty dominant and the most powerful beings on the universe. They are the universe in themselves, you can say. and that makes them pretty much gives them the title for the strongest villains in Dragon Ball, because Goku didn't beat them. They needed Zeno's help to destroy to eliminate the entire universe. I mean, to erase the entire universe. Until and unless they erased the entire universe, there was no defeating them. So meaning, all credit goes to Zeno for defeating them. And obviously, Zeno can defeat anything in the universe. I mean, he erases the universe. So you can even though he acts like a child, he's the strongest being in the universe, weirdly enough. So yeah, weird fact is definitely they are the strongest. That's all. Okay, now let's move on to the next villain. So, well, it's the final villain of the Dragon Ball Super. And whoever posted it, I can't read your name, so I'm very sorry about it. But yeah, we're finally focusing on Jiren. So Jiren, or technically all the villains, or technically it's the tournament mainly, and Jiren is not really a villain again. If you are having a misconception, if you think he's a villain, he's not really meant to be a villain. He was meant to be protecting his universe, and for that reason, he could do anything to win. And that's what sort of made him villainous. In general, they are actually heroes who protects their universe, and they are pretty strong. They are pretty overpowered heroes, and they're the strongest. Definitely. I mean, he and Toppo. Toppo himself had a pretty good power up, and he had got the power level of Beerus, meaning someone like Toppo could easily have the chance to clash equally against someone like Beerus, making him pretty powerful. But still, I don't think they'll be matching in Zamasu. Though they may even come close to defeating Zamasu, because they have really got that power. So well, and also it is actually this part where the Ultra Instinct of Goku kicks in. Toppo's part battle was different, and he was definitely beaten some way. It was a pretty tough one for the Toppo part. And for Jiren, it was different. And also there were many other participants from other universes, whom I unfortunately cannot mention because there are too many characters, and it's pretty hard to cover all of them. But all of them were somewhere a bit not that much, and Muten Roshi himself participated in that battle, which also was pretty interesting. And also we had returning characters like Tien Sihan. We had Tien Sihan did participate in the battle, and there were some others. Vegeta, definitely Vegeta and Goku, and Gohan too participated in the battle. But in the final part though, Frieza, Goku, and Vegeta were the ones who stayed. And the final finisher attack, well, Vegeta I think was knocked down at the final, and the one who stayed was the Junanago. Junanago was also there, and Junanago, Frieza, and Goku's combination move, that was intense. Like the combination move, that was pretty likable. The way Jiren was beaten, literally needed 3 combination attacks to technically take down someone as godlike as Jiren. It was incredibly superb, and also it was pretty tense because universe were really getting erased in front of their eyes. You can actually understand the tension, and you will also feel bad for the other universes. They're literally getting erased, and also it's also due to Goku wanting to battle, and also we cannot really hate Goku because he definitely restored all their universes after the battle. He just wanted to have a good battle, that's it. And for that reason, the entire universe is at stake. Every universe said up till 1 to 10 when it's deck for the Goku, and they were hating on Goku, so you will pretty much understand. And Jiren, he is definitely having the power of a god. He was more than a god, let me just say. He definitely could beat someone like Frieza pretty easily. Beerus. He can beat Beerus pretty easily, let me just say. Or no, he can obviously give an equal challenge to Beerus, not really beat easily. Obviously just slip of my tongue. But Beerus would definitely have troubles beating him, and there is also a little chance that Beerus may even lose against someone like him. Jiren is that powerful, and you pretty much understand Goku's Ultra Instinct. He used every type of instincts against him. Goku's instincts were also used against him. But Goku, Vegeta, no matter what, even Golden Frieza, he still was able to endure and just move on. He had power. He focused mostly on power, and that's what made him more dangerous. his power was intense. He was on a different level, comparatively. And you can pretty much understand how powerful and strong Jiben really was. He was like a leader of the Justice Squad. And pretty much. He definitely deserves to be one of the strongest villains, or at least the second strongest. He may not be able to beat Zamasu, but he definitely deserves a spot. According to my opinion, I think Zamasu should be the strongest villain up until now, at least for me. And Jiben would almost be at the second. He definitely has a chance of surpassing Zamasu even, because he may even beat Beerus if he tries. So you can pretty much understand how strong these really are. And also, if I have to talk about others, it's pretty hard for me to cover, but pretty much the conclusion is Zamasu is the strongest, and he also would come closer to the level, and he may even become the strongest. That depends on many factors. Jiren has got that potential, but yes, I cannot really say for sure who is the strongest. But my opinion is Jiren definitely is not the strongest, it's Zamasu. So well, you may have other opinions, but yes, feel free to post all your opinions in the comment section, because I'm gonna watch. And you may also oppose me, it's totally up to you, but I wanna hear your opinions, because yeah, different opinions are pretty much normal. And I'll hope to see you all in the next video. So thank you, and if you like my video, be sure to like. Alright, then let's move on.